First off, Ceann I too would like to add my voice to the thanks to our Defence Forces for the role that they have played in the emergency of COVID-19. Minister, there's a couple of issues that I want to raise with you today. Firstly is the deep concern regarding the future use of Colin Barracks in Mullingar and the proposed construction of 100 homes by the Land Development Agency there. I've put forward a number of parliamentary questions but have yet to receive a response, and those questions I have put forward are to address that deep concern, but also to provide clarity to the confusion around that LDA announcement. Their own website states it's actually 200 homes and that a design team has been appointed. Minister, who are this design team? When do they visit Colin Barracks? And what is the time frame for the next complete preliminary design phase? There are also genuine concerns regarding the future of the protected structures that exist on that site, dating back to when construction began in 1814. The history and heritage associated with this site is much more than the physical built structures. Since its opening, Colin Barracks has stood witness to some of the most historic events in our country's past. A history that should not now, nor ever, be bulldozed, but incorporated into a future for all. The heritage and history of this site is unique, and despite being closed in 2012, it remains an intrinsic part of the DNA of Mullingar and the surrounding areas. Colin Barracks, the previous home of the Four-Field Artillery, requires investment. It requires an ambitious vision, an approach that combines the needs of the town today with the future needs of coming generation. And that vision for Colin Barracks must not only respect and value the built heritage of the site alongside the historical elements, but must also provide secure future for those valued and valuable community and sporting groups that operate there, providing much needed services into the wider community. It cannot simply be plundered for profit. Minister, will your department consider transferring the built structures to the Department of Arts, Heritage and Culture, providing security to the sporting community and ex-Defence Forces groups who currently use these buildings, and ensure that they are preserved and their history recognised, not only for those who live and visit the town today, but for those that will into the future? Secondly, Minister, a number of years ago, the Defence Forces was seen as a viable career, not only in general terms, but also for those who were successful in applying for the apprenticeship programmes within. But that was then, and this is now. The grassroots members of the Defence Forces tell me they are seeing an entire system in crisis, that they are underfunded, they are under-resourced, and they are undervalued. They see no respect, they see no loyalty. Minister, no member of the Defence Forces should be forced to rely on social protection income support to put a roof over their family's head or food into their children's stomachs. None should be unable to meet the monthly rent or locked out of home ownership because they choose to serve this country. I am proud to represent the people of Longford and Westmeath, but it's far from pride that I feel when a young man tells me if his wife was handed his medals and flag, his dream of a forever home for his daughters would actually come true. Minister, will you set up a pay review commission tasked with establishing the fair remuneration of the Defence Forces? Will you give our Defence Forces the right to collective bargaining on pay and conditions? Will your department initiate a root and branch review of the current Department of Defence and instigate necessary reforms to improve the working relationship between your department and the Defence Forces structures, particularly around responsibility for budget spending?
Minister, we've